Hey guys, welcome back to my channel where I review horror books with a supernatural focus. In today's video, I have a really cool book haul to do. It's not a traditional book haul where you go and you buy some books and you wait for them to come in. This one's a little bit different because this is from Abominable. And as you guys know, because of I'm in Germany and because of just, I don't know, all kinds of things with the mail that's been going on in the UK and here and COVID and like all kinds of stuff, right? I, occasionally will have boxes that will go missing. Those boxes usually end up back at their facility, and they decided to send me what they had kind of piling up for me in their warehouse, and it's so nice of them to do. You don't understand how this has made my week. I'm really happy and just really thankful and grateful that they decided to send this to me. It makes me super happy. I was always pretty sad about the boxes that I would miss out on. Before we get started, don't forget to like and comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on all of these books and things that are here. Do you have any of them? Let me know. And if you haven't subscribed already, this is a perfect time to do so. So there's a lot of stuff. Let's go ahead and just start with what's on top, which is a bunch of pins. So the first one is You'll Float 2. This is an It pin. You can see Pennywise hanging out in the gutter trying to lure this little kid with the boat. We have a Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark book cover pin. This is very cool. And there is a character from Rugrats here who's carrying a knife. I can't remember this little character's name, but I know you guys probably do. And then the last one is a banana, an alien from Aliens. And it's busting out of that banana. Awesome. Yay. Some other things on top are 2 stickers. One says Read Scarier Stories, and it has little ghosts coming out of a book. And there's another one that says The Thing, You Gotta Be Fucking Kidding Me. And it's kind of turning into some type of weird creature from The Thing. I also see another sticker here. This green skull with red eyes. He seems very, very happy. Very jovial. 2 book plates. House of Tongues by James Dashner. And I can't read. Oh, a David Sodergren. Oh, that's awesome. And it shows his pug on here. I know that his publishing company is like Pugs and Coffee or something. That's really cute. Okay, so also I have a bunch of bookmarks here. We'll just look at them really quickly. So there's this one here that has like lightning, and I'm not sure exactly what that is. Maybe it looks like a hexagon. On the back, there is a quote here from Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. So maybe it ties in all together with that. It says, "It is true, we shall be monsters, cut off from all the world. But on that account, we shall be more attached to one another." We have a I'm not gonna hurt ya, shining bookmark. I'm just gonna bash your brains in. We have a couple of microfictions here. Just like a bunch of different ones. Oh, I already have this one already, actually, but that's okay. You can always use another one. I love this one because it's like, that's how I feel every day when I wake up, And then there's this one, Happy 4th Birthday to Us. Oh, this is their birthday celebration bookmark where they have their own heads as I guess, sort of like cakes on the books. That's so cool. And then there's a Abominable Book Club bookmark, and it says, I'll take him. I'll take all of you, and I'll feast on your flesh as I feed on your fear. I don't exactly know what that is. Maybe you guys do. The first one is Hexperiments. This is a dark biotech anthology. There are a bunch of authors here. I don't recognize any of them except for David Sodergren. That's pretty cool. The next one is The Apparition Phase by Will McLean. Some ghosts never leave us. Twins Tim and Abby have always been different from their peers, spending their evenings in the attic of their parents' suburban house, poring over reports of the unexplained. Obsessed with photographs of ghostly apparitions, they decide to fake their own and use it to frighten a girl at school. But what was only supposed to be a harmless prank sets in motion a deadly and terrifying chain of events that neither of them could have predicted. Reprieve by James Han Matson. It's just a game, right? When Brian, JD, Victor, and Jane team up to compete at a full contact escape room, it seems simple: hold your nerve through 6 terrifying challenges, collect all the red envelopes, win a huge cash prize, but the real horror is unfolding outside of the game, in a series of deceits and misunderstandings fueled by obsession and prejudice, and by the end of the night, one of the contestants will be dead. This looks awesome. This is The Har, a novel by David Sodergren. Muriel Macaulay has lived in the Scottish fishing village of Witchhaven all her life. She was born there, and she intends to die there. But when an overseas property developer threatens to evict the residents of their homes and raze Witchhaven to the ground in the name of progress, all seems lost, until the day a mysterious fog bank creeps inland. The Har, to some it brings redemption, to others it brings only madness and death. What macabre secrets lie within? Ooh. Gwendolyn Kist, Reluctant Immortals. This book will sink its teeth into you. Stephen Graham Jones. Los Angeles, 1967. Lucy Westenra and Bertha Mason, the forgotten women in Dracula and Jane Eyre, have been existing as undead immortals for centuries, unable to die and still tormented by the monsters that made them. Lucy has long fought against Dracula's intoxicating thrall, refusing his charismatic darkness and her ensuing appetite for blood. Bertha Mason, the madwoman in the attic, is still pursued afar from Mr. Rochester, who wants to add her to his collection of devoted female followers. Then Dracula and Rochester make a shocking return in San Francisco. To finally write their own futures, Lucy and Bertha must boldly reclaim their stories from the men who tried to erase them in this harrowing gothic tale of love, betrayal, and coercion. The Watchers by A.M. Shine. You can't see them, but they can see you. The forest isn't charted on any map. Dark on the brightest day, knotted branches hide its ancient secrets from the sun. This is no place to linger, especially after dark. Mina is taking the country roads to Connemara, an ever-narrowing maze across frost-pocked moor and bog. As the light fades on a leafless December day, her car stutters and the engine dies. Mina knows better than to get out of the car. Outside, from an unexpected tree line, a scream, no worse, an otherworldly shriek. Mina knows better than to get out of the car, but of course, she will. The House of Tongues by James Dashner. Oh, this cover is great. I like the feel of this book. It's very square. Oh, so this author also wrote Maze Runner. David Player has spent 30 years trying to forget the traumas of his childhood, the threats, the kidnappings, the murders, the imagined curses of a people born centuries earlier, passed from father to son, mother to daughter, generation to generation. Its climax came in human form, a monster of a man, one of the most notorious serial killers the nation has ever seen, Pee-wee Gaskins, and Gaskins had a particular hatred for the Player family, then for David himself, who barely escaped those years with his own life intact. Now David is back, his 4 children in tow, visiting his parents' home, a place he has learned to cherish despite the evils that haunted his younger days. But no sooner does he return than a stranger visits their doorstep, the son of Pee-wee Gaskins. In a terrifying display, right in front of the kids, the man utters threats until he chokes on his own tongue, sparking a series of events that drag David and his family back into the days of curses and murders, onto a path of unimaginable terror. All too familiar. That path leads to an old Gothic tower in the woods, a place David had blocked from his memory, a house of horrors, both past and present, the House of Tongues. Wow. Black Lake Manor. Oh, I wanted this. This is a beautiful cover by Guy Morpus. A locked room, a brutal murder, and a killer who can unwind time. In the former mining town of Black Lake, there is a folktale passed down from generations. An old story about a ship wrecked upon the coast and the single survivor who made it to shore. His descendants are said to have a unique ability. Once in their lives, and only once, they can unwind the events of the previous 6 hours. More than 200 years later, part-time police constable Ella Manning is attending a party at Black Lake Manor, the cliff-top mansion of the town's divisive local billionaire. When a raging storm sweeps in, she and several other guests find themselves trapped. And when their host is discovered brutally murdered in his study the next morning, the door locked from the inside, they turn to her to solve the crime. Pushing her detective skills to the limit, against the odds, Ella is sure she has identified the killer, but then someone undoes time. With no memory of what she discovered before, her investigation begins again, and with very different results. Which of her suspects is the murderer? And is there something even more sinister she has yet to uncover? Interesting. We do have some used books to open up, which is so exciting. I get to open four surprises. I mean, this is like Christmas. This is so cool. Look at this bounty. 4 used books. Don't know what they are. I'm very stoked right now. Let's waste no more time. It's already been so long as it is. Oh no, I think I'm gonna need some scissors. Okay. What is it? Oh, cool. It's Dean Koontz Demon Seed. I probably read this when I was a kid, but I don't think I remember it. This was originally printed in 1973, and this is a 1997 version. Awesome. That old book smell. Created in the Prometheus project, he's officially called Adam 2, the first self-aware machine intelligence designed to be servant to mankind. No one knows that he is able to escape the confines of his physical form, his box in the laboratory. He gains entry to the house of Susan Harris and closes it off against the world. There he plans to show Susan the future, their future. With her, he intends to create a child. And then there's Stephen King from a Buick 8. I've never heard of that. This was printed in 2002. There is a terrifying secret shrouded in Shed B in the State Police Barracks in Statler, Pennsylvania. A secret which, for the past 20 years, has drawn the troopers, terrified yet irresistibly tempted, to look at its beautiful chrome fenders, silver grille, and exotic exhaust system. Now young Ned Wilcox has started coming by the barracks, mowing the lawn, washing the windows, shoveling the snow. It's the boy's way of holding on to his father, recently killed in a strange road accident by another Buick. One day, Ned peers through the windows of Shed B and discovers the family secret, and like his father, Ned wants answers. He deserves answers, and the secrets begin to stir. I feel like it's gonna be like another Christine situation, maybe? Nummer 3. I'm really working hard on my German, by the way. I'm actually reading in German, which is cool. Oh, I have this one already. But I did accidentally, this page fell out. But I do have this one already. It's tomorrow, today. I thought I had recorded the last bit of my video. I didn't because I had started filming very late at night and I was tired. I shouldn't have done that, but you know, I just wanted to know what these books were. We left off with Moon by James Herbert. The cover on this is there's a little bit of destruction here. This was originally printed in 1985, and this is a 1986 version. He had fled from the terrors of his past, finding refuge in the quietness of the island, and for a time he lived in peace, until the sightings began, visions of horror seeping into his mind like poisonous tendrils, violent acts that were hideously macabre, the thoughts becoming intense. He witnessed the grotesque acts of another, a thing that gloried in murder and mutilation, a monster that soon became aware of the observer within its own mind, and relished the contact, a creature that eventually would come to the island to seek him out. The last book that I got as a used book is The Christmas Killer. This is by Alex Pine. Looks like a mystery. 12 Days, 12 Murders. D.I. James Walker is ready for a quiet family Christmas in the sleepy village of Kirby Abbey. But when he opens an early Christmas present left on his doorstep, he soon realizes it's no gift. Inside is a gruesome surprise and a promise. 12 days, 12 murders. Not long after, the first body is found, half frozen in the snow. As the blizzards descend, panic spreads through the remote Cumbrian village. There's a killer amongst them, and even with 11 more victims to go, anyone could be next. So this was all of my books and pins and bookmarks that had been stored away. Please definitely check out their website if you're looking for a subscription service for horror. This is a really good one. I've been with them for 4 or 5 years now, and I'm never stopping unless they stop first. Yeah. And besides that, please take care of yourselves, look out for each other, and I will talk to you next time.